Boom. Okay, recording now. Okay, today is Tuesday. What is it now? September 16th. Yeah, September 16th. And so we are going to be talking today. Going to continue to build upon the foundation in Revit that we've had. So everyone doing okay? Okay, good, good. We're missing a few people, but that may change as time goes by. Okay, so a couple things. Last week we had we did a couple things. First of all, we had the presentation, which I think they did a great job. They did a good job and kind of gave an idea as far as like what the different entry level type positions could look like for you. If you guys want to do that, so that was good. Other than that, we also worked on the oh gosh, what did we do? The Revit sandbox. So we did that, and your stuff looked great. I have not graded it yet. However, I did see pretty much I was watching all of you, and you pretty much were all right there. So that was all good for you guys. So you handed it in. I will do my level best to get those graded before Thursday. I'm going to be going away for the weekend, and the next week is a bit insane. I got classes all week, so we got that happening. So anyway, let's do this right now. Let's just do a quick attendance. So Luce is here. Sam is here. Yeah. Arnold is here. Yep, Colin is here, Bryson's here, Joey's here, Derek's here, Victor's here, Michael's here. Let's see. All right, Jackson is here. Yep, that's right. And Beckett. Yep. Okay, Nick. Yep, over there. Right. Okay. Uh, okay. Jack Snyder. Okay, very good. All right. Yeah, good. D's not going to be in. So Tyler is here and Blake. Okay, good. All right. So good to have you guys all here. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to continue on. We're going to continue pushing on and onward and upward. And we will do that. So we are recording this right now. So this will be available for you guys to listen later if you need to. The other videos, the first, well, we've done this is our seventh class. We've only done Revit in like a couple, well, three. I didn't do it last week because it would have taken too long to get set up, so we didn't do that. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in. So yeah, so looks good so far. Looks like you guys were starting to pick it up pretty well, and that's what we're after as far as like how to get this stuff going. So we're going to continue working on that tonight. And so tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and continue on building on this whole thing. So that is what we're going to do. Yeah. So let me just wait for this for a second here. Okay. All right. So moving on over into this right now. This was what we did last week. What we had done was this Revit sandbox. And as far as that goes, it could have been anything. It had to have four walls, two doors, and four windows, and this one has that. And I also had you put on a floor. And then we also saw that you can do your 3D views. You can actually look inside the structure just to see what's going on with it. And this just adds a lot of utility because then you take a look at that and see what's actually going on. In this case, we didn't put in a ceiling, so therefore you've got this kind of a vaulted ceiling type of look. So that is pretty close to what most of you did. Some of you did extra credit. You put in the bathrooms, even though I said you didn't have to. Yes, sir. What's that? Yeah, yeah. Do what you gotta do, man. No problem. And the thing is, okay, so what we're gonna do then is so we worked on this. Now, moving into this week right now, couple different things. I want to continue to begin to build on the foundation we started on. And so tonight, what we're going to do is I want to kind of go over just some basic, Revit type of things as far as like how to manipulate objects and so forth. Because this is really kind of, it's called CAD for construction. These are more or less CAD concepts. These carry over into anything. When we talk about the copy command, there's also things like rotating and arraying and things of that nature. Those are all things you can do. Yeah, real quick question, important thing though. How did fantasy go for you guys this week? Not good? No, went down in flames, huh? Okay. Yeah, I won. I beat my nephew. He's like 10. He's got a great team though. I thought he was going to kill me. So yeah, I actually pulled out at the last minute. So my fantasy team did well, and the Lions did well. Bills did well. So we're all is well right now in the football family. It's a good thing. Okay, so anyway, moving on into this, and what we're going to do is getting into this whole thing. We are going to move on to I have on this on the Brightspace. I've got a number of different different exercises. So we're just kind of go through a couple of those tonight, just step through them, and just to see how that all works. So here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to close out of this file, close, and we'll go out of there. And I'm not don't need to save those changes. And then out on Brightspace. You guys should be able to see it out here and out here. So Brightspace, and as we go into here, a bunch of okay, so go ahead and open that up. All right. Okay. Let's see here. We talked about a few things. This is going to be fun, the Building 9 project, but we went over the Revit intro. Let's take a look at the I think the Revit basics. We're definitely going to get into this right now. Now, the Revit basics right here, we're going to get to this a little bit later, where we're actually going to do a situation where we're going to actually insert an AutoCAD file, and then we're going to build a Revit file off of it. Okay, we talked about that earlier. I think was it you, Luce, that was interested in that? Okay, so we're going to look at that tonight. Also, I've got a few things here. I've got like a few practice files I've got like the line practice, the ray practice, path practice, mirror practice, and I set a few things up just to give you an idea as far as how these actually work. So this is going to be, for these right here, I'm not going to require these as handed in projects. We'll just do them in class. So let's go ahead and do this right now. Let's do this one. We're going to start, well, let's go over here and let's go to this rotate practice right here. Let's go ahead and, so you want to click on that. And for that one, you can just click on the download. And then when it downloads, since that is not a, since that right there is not a situation, you can just double click on that if you choose to. That is not a problem. Let's see, where's this? The history is right here. And so, yeah, rotate practice. Okay. So go ahead and, okay, let's download. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and open that up. So we open that up, and it's going to ask you to upgrade it. So when you upgrade it, and I forget which one I use for this. Okay, this is a rotate practice. Okay, all right, let's see here. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I think I know what we're going to do here. Okay, so take a look at these right here. You've got right here, this is a building right here, and these are like columns in front of it. Can you guys all see this? Yeah. Okay, let me do this, see if you guys are with me or not. Okay. Some are and some aren't. Let me just give you guys a minute. I didn't realize it takes a minute. This thing, as I'm looking at it right now, the land school, I can see your screens, but it takes a second to kind of like crunch through. So if you guys could just go ahead and open that up, that'd be great. All right, good. And there it is. Okay. And so now what we're going to do here is we're going to go over here into Revit. And what I want to do is I have these. Now, if I take a look at this in 3D, right up there, that's your 3D view. And let's say I wanted these to be at a 45-degree angle, okay? I'm going to rotate them one at a time. So let me show you how this works. Going back to level 1, you always want to do it from level 1. So go over here and click on this object. Now, you're going to notice that whenever you're working in Revit, when you click on an object, it highlights. And it highlights in blue. That's what it is right there. And then when you have an object selected, if you look up here in your properties, it tells you what it is. This is a rectangular column. It's goes from level 1 to level 2. So that's what we have going on. So you always want to take a look at this and see what's going on. So at this situation, at this point right now, you can see this is 10 feet off from the edge of this. That's the center of this column to the center of there. So that's your dimension of there. So what we want to do right now is going to take this one and want to rotate it. The rotate command is right here. Now, one of the things that I covered earlier is when you start a command here, if you look down here at the bottom left part of your screen, it's going to tell you what it wants you to do. So let me show you how this works. With that selected, we're now going to go over here, and the rotate command is this one right here. It's this kind of spiral thing here. So you're going to click on that. Now, when you click on that, notice what you get here. You've got this. This gives you a little bit of a line. Now, what's that saying? Well, down here it says click to enter click to enter rotate start ray. In other words, what is the starting angle? So you'll notice that Revit lets you lock in at 90-degree increments. So there's one down here. Here's another one here. This locks in like that, and it locks in like that. So it's going to lock in. So you want to go ahead and find it here, and you'll find it locks in. That's called an alignment line. So drag it over to the right, and when you drag it to the right, you'll see it's locked in because you'll notice it kind of like doesn't do anything. All of a sudden, boom, it kind of like a magnet kind of locks in. You guys see what I mean by that? All right, that is an alignment line. And Revit is really good about giving you those suggestions. You don't have to, but you ought to look for those. So you want to look for the 90-degree, almost like it's I keep on thinking about, I'm a bass player, I'm a musician. You'll see this also on dials. Like if you have on the bass, I've got on both on my tone and my volume, you've got a thing where actually you turn the knob, and there's a thing called a detent. And what that is right now is when you turn it, when it hits the midpoint, it kind of like locks in, or you kind of feel it. You've seen this with other things too. Like if you're actually turning your thing, well, that's what it does. So in this case, it actually locks in. So you want to have a sensitivity to understand what that is. Now, once you pull it to the right, that's the angle you want to start at. So what you do is with it pulled over here straight to the right, you click, and then you pull it up like this. Now, notice it's giving you a readout. It's giving you a readout. And if you want 45 degrees, you just pull up that says 45 degrees, or you can type in 45 degrees. It'll take either way. But go ahead and click, and you'll be rotated at 45 degrees, just like that. So that is it. Then you just press your escape key to release it. Okay, now what we're going to do is just going to do the same thing for each of these columns. So we'll try it again now. Once you got that, you'll click on this one. And once you select an object, you're going to notice that all of your modify commands come up here. So once they come up, it's ready to go. So we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go up here and choose rotate. So we choose rotate, and it's the same thing. We take this, we grab the 90-degree, we click, and you pull it up. And in this case, I'll just type in 45. Oh, I got to turn on numbers lock. If I can do that, yeah, 45. Oh, and it went ahead and gave me the 45-degree angle. So we're good to go here. And I'll do it again here, and just go ahead and just walk through and do each of those. And make sure you press your escape key when you're done, because if you don't, it'll try to rotate the other one. You don't want to do that. So 45 all the way across, then take a look at it in 3D and put it into realistic just so you can see what's going on there. And that's what it should look like when you're done. Okay. All right, any questions about that at all? So you guys got it? Okay, so good. So that is how you go ahead and do like a simple rotate. So we're good to go there. All right. And so this would actually be, this is what you would use. Remember when we were working in here before, like when we put the desks in right here, let's say the desks and the tables where they're supposed to be. Use your rotate command. You can rotate it and get any configuration you need. And that's what you would do. So you take it, rotate it, as well as your PCs. Some items you can just press your space bar to rotate, but that doesn't always work. So you just use the rotate command explicitly. So, all right, so that is what we have there. Let's go ahead and close out of there. We'll go up here, we'll choose file and choose close. And you want to save change? You say no, that's fine. We'll let that one go. Okay, so that's the first one. So that was that one. And now we're going to move to another one. That was the rotate practice. Now we're going to move to another one. Over here, just going to go back to the right space. If I can do that, yeah, Revit Basics. Okay, so we went to rotate. Now the next one down here, we are going to go to align, which is right here. So you got the align practice. So we go out here back to bright space, we click on here, and it's going to, we can go ahead and click download. And then when it downloads, you can just click right here, align practice, and double click and open it up, upgrade the model, and it's going to upgrade it. Okay, now, this is what you've got. It looks like this. Okay. Okay, so this is the align practice right here. Okay. All right, now let's say what we want to do is we want to take this object right here. Let's say it's a desk or something, and want to align it so it's aligned with this. This is a reference plane. It's aligned with. Oh, by the way, let me explain that because we worked with reference planes, I think, very, very briefly. But a reference plane is something that you actually can place in your model. And what you do is it basically provides a construction line for you to align objects to. So that's what we want to do with this. We want to use the align command. We want to use them to align this so that it aligns right into that little intersection right there. So that's what we're going to do here. So that's align. So we do the same thing. We click on the object. And then when you click on the object, you have the option up here to use the align. This is what the align command looks like. And all these commands, by the way, the actual icon tells you what it's doing. You hover over here, it says rotate. If you're not sure, go to the tooltip, and then there's a little movie, little video shows up. And then if you need to know more, it says press F1 for more help. If you press F1, it's going to tell you more about that, exactly how to use it. So all these commands are actually available, and there's help available to make that work. So with this highlighted right here, I'm going to go up to here. This is the align command right here. And now this one shows up. I've got a little movie shows up, and it tells me how I can align something. So with this, I click on this, and then I go ahead and click on these walls, and it goes ahead and aligns just like that. So I'm going to click on align. Now with the align command, the way this works is you always click the destination. In other words, where do you want the object to go to? And then you click the object. So I want it to go here. So you want to grab this vertical line right here, this vertical reference plane. So click on that. That's where you want it to go. And then it says right here, select an entity to align, which is this right here. So I'll click on this side, and I just aligned it like that. And then what I want to do is I want to do the same thing up here. Please select a new reference for alignment. I want to go ahead and I want to click here. And then I want to go ahead and I want to click there. And when I do that, I just aligned it. So the goal is to simply align this into that corner. So it's nestled right into that corner there. Okay, Tyler, nicely done. You went ahead and centered it. That's a good approach too. You got that. It looks great. And that is how you go ahead and make that work. Now that you have that, go ahead and align it with something else. Go ahead and align it with, like, let's say this corner. So you want to click on this right here. Get out of the command first. Click on this, and then you want to align it again. So this one, I'll go to align. I'll click this side of the wall here, and then I'll go ahead and click on this part of the object right there. And then I'll click on this one, and then I'll click right there. And you can go ahead and align it just like that.
What are we in right now?
What we did there, Colin, is we actually downloaded. We've done. This is our second exercise. We actually downloaded an exercise called Align. We're going to be leaving this in just a second though. So that's what we did. So just going over this, and and anyone who may have missed this, you can check this out on the video. So the instructions are right there. All right, go ahead and try one more just to make sure you've got that down. So click on the desk. And then you want to choose an alignment, and you go like that. Then you're going to click here and align it again. So you just want to do that to get the hang of it. So just work on aligning it and get familiar with that. And it will pretty much go where you want it to go. You just have to tell it how to work. And again, it's got the instructions. It looks like you guys are doing fine with that. Any questions about that? Okay. And then we will continue. So we'll close out of that. So go to File and go to Close. Okay, so rotate and align are two very basic editing type commands. We're not going to save the changes. And there is another one here. So we're going to go to Bright Space yet again. And over here to Bright Space, as I'd mentioned, if we go out here, go back to Revit Basics. And we've looked at rotate and we looked at align. Copy. Here's copy practice. Now, copy, we've already done this, but let's make sure we understand it. We'll go to copy practice. We'll download this one. And again, this is all just going to Brightspace, and you'll be asked to upgrade the model, and you'll say yes. Okay. All right, now for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to start, again, we just have a floor plan here. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop an object in here, then we're going to copy it. So we're going to go up here to where it says component, and we'll go to placing component, and we're going to grab this desk right here. So you got the desk right there, and the desk comes in here. So what you want to do is just take the desk, and for right now, we're going to learn something kind of near. So just take it and place it right around like that, and then press your escape key just to leave it there. So just go ahead and place it just like that. And don't worry about the location. We'll give it a location in a second here by putting in some reference planes. Now, to show how reference planes works, and really when you think about what a reference plane is, the first time I heard it called a reference plane, I got irritated, okay, because I get irritated easily about stuff like this and really software guys. But why not just a reference line? Why is it not just a construction line? Why is it a reference plane? You guys have to prove your 3D or something? But that's actually what it's doing though. It's like, so when you have this right here, when you add a reference plane, as we're going to do it now, we're going to add a reference plane right here. We're going to write right down here. Now, when we do that, that reference plane, however, is not just on this level. It actually goes up to second level, third level, down to the basement, all the way up. So it's this thing that kind of goes right through your whole building, which is extremely helpful. It's a plane that you can line up to on any floor. So that's why it's helpful. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to make a reference plane, which actually is up here. And when you make a reference plane, what you do is you take it and you just simply draw a line. And we're going to hover the cursor over the middle of this line right here, and you'll see a triangle show up, which is called the midpoint. We're going to make a reference plane from here and just drag it straight down. So the reference plane, let me show you where that is. Reference plane is located right up here, and they are very helpful. So go to reference plane, and we're going to go over here. We're going to go ahead and touch it here. See that right there, that midpoint? We're going to click there, then drag it straight down and click there. Now, once you've done that, just press your escape key a couple times just to end it. And that's your reference plane. Now, if I go to level 2, it's right there as well. So you got this right here. And that should have been fairly easy to put in. So that's a reference plane, and we can align to it, which is great. Now we're going to do one more thing. We're going to make another reference plane. So go up here, and I'm going to go to reference plane and click on it. I'm going to make a reference plane this time horizontally. So I'm going to go from midpoint to midpoint just like that, and press my escape key a couple times, just let it go. And now I have these intersecting lines. So now that I have that, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to align it. I'm going to align this one just so that it's aligned right to here and with the edge of this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and to do that, I'm just going to use the align command. So I'll click on this, and we've used align before. So I'm going to use align. Now watch this. I'm going to align it to this wall here. So just like that, and then this line here, just like that. So when you've done that, you press escape key a couple times, and you've got that aligned right there. So this is a desk that's lined up right there. Okay, let me just see how we're doing here. All right, Colin, did you get those? Just look at this real quickly here. Okay, let me kind of help out here for a second here. So what we're doing right here is, yeah. So what we're doing right here, let's see here. I should be able to take over your machine. Let me try this again.
I do not know how I managed to pull off embedding the desk in the wall.
Yeah. Well. Okay, I'm definitely okay. Go over here to your architecture tab. All right, now what we're going to do here is we're going to put in a reference plane, and the reference plane goes from here. You want to go from the midpoint straight down like this. All right, and then we're going to do another one from here, from the here to here, just like that. All right, and then what we did is we're going to click on this, and then we'll use the align command. So use align, click on align, and click on this wall here, and then click on that part. Okay, try that again. Align. There we go. Here. So that's how align works. Okay, so we have that. Okay, and all right, so that is how we have that. I think you guys all have that here, looking at it. Nicely done. Nicely done, nicely done. All right, think you're all good. Just checking it, making sure. Okay. All right. So now that we have that there, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to go ahead. Now we're going to make copies. Now, to make copies, we did this last week, but I want to make sure we understand it because that was last week. And I want to make sure you got this. So what you want to do right now is make sure you don't have any command running. Now, I'll show you what happens right here. If you click on an object, you're basically, if your screen has any green at the top, it means you have something selected or in some kind of editing command. So if you're not sure, just press your escape key a couple times, and then your ribbon up here is going to be this kind of white, light gray color. So now We're going to click on this, and when you do that, it turns blue. And now what we want to do is we want to copy it. So watch how this is going to work here. We're going to go here, and this is the copy command. Now, when you go to the copy command, you click on this, and the first thing is ask you down here, it says, click to enter move start point. I'll point that out down here. Down here, click to enter move start point. So the start point, this is, in other words, the edge that you want to use. So what I want to do is I want to select an edge. So what you want to do is you want to grab an endpoint like I'm doing right now. Grab the upper left corner. Excuse me, my voice is going. Grab the upper left corner, and then you're going to pull it over here. Now, as I do that, I can take it and I can touch it right here and grab this endpoint, and it's perfect. And then if I can go ahead and click the other ones, I missed that one. So I'm going to try that again. So I'm going to go here, and I want to go ahead and I want to grab this. Try that again. And we'll go here to copy, and I'll go here to the endpoint, which is going to be, come on, you, right there. And I'll go ahead and grab this, and I want it to go right to there. And then that's perfect. And sometimes you really got to zoom in kind of tight. And that X, it marks the spot. So I'll just go ahead and do this. As I'm going that, I go right along there. And it fits perfectly. So all 5 should be there. So work on getting that copied just like I did there. And when you put them into position, they all should line up just like that. And again, you've got to define a start, which is a base point, and then you tell it where you want it to go. Okay, that's it. I had to start mine a second time because I kind of missed it. And also zoom in nice and tight so you can see what you're doing. Looking good. Looking good.
If there's any way to check below my alignments.
Yeah, if the easiest way to check the alignment, because that's a good question. You want to be close. Zoom in really tight. Just zoom in, and you'll be able to tell then.
Is there any least I can see?
Is there what now?
Any least I can check without my alignments? Like in SolidWorks.
Oh, okay. Well, what I would do at this point is if you just zoom in and look really closely, it's going to be probably the best indicator because this is a very simple object right there. See right there, you keep on zooming in. If it's
that stable right side of the wall.
Oh yeah, mine actually goes like this too, which is fine. It fits in there. That don't worry about that. We're just the main thing is to make sure these edges are all lined up like this. Okay, are your edges nice and aligned? If they're not, just once you've copied them, use your move command to make sure that they are. Okay. Right now, let me take a look, Arnold. Is that working for you, Arnold? You want to take a look? Let me look. Okay, press your escape key a couple times. Okay, I'm looking at it right. Okay, yeah, you got your lines thickened. Okay, we talked about this before, but okay, I'm just going to take. Okay, we'll try it again. All right. All right. I'm going to take over your machine here for a second here. Okay, what you want to do here, a couple things. First of all, when you're working on this, you want to go up here and you want to make sure that you've got thin lines turned on. It's something that you can do that really makes a difference because it's hard to tell if you don't do that. So that answers your question because I think I understand where you're going now. How do you know you got it in place? Well, that's how you know. And then if you zoom in here, you keep on zooming in, it's good. Okay, so once you've got that, then what you would do is you click on this and then we go to copy. And then we go ahead and we go to here, and I'm just going to go ahead and make sure it gets my my X, which is your intersection. Then I zoom in here and do my intersection again. Just make sure you see that X, and then I'll go over here and do the same thing. This making sense here, Arnold? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we go like that, and then this one will actually overlap just a little bit. We'll go right to there, and boom, that does that. Okay, so you got that. Now, that is your copy command. Now, just to get a little more experience, what we'll do now is we're going to go ahead and we'll do this again. So now that we've got this, what we're going to do is we're going to grab all of these. Now, to grab all of them, let me show you how this works. When you're working in Revit, make sure that you press your escape key and that your ribbon right now is white. If you click and drag your mouse like this, that allows you to select multiple items at one time. So watch this. And you want to go from left to right if you don't want to grab the reference plane. So I'm going to click like this and drag it just like that. And I let it go. And then I have all 5 selected. And you know that it's got all those selected because here it says I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there must be one hidden, but that's okay. So we've got those in place right there. And then what I want to do is with them selected, I want to copy it again. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to grab the upper, the intersection right there. I'm going to go up, and then I can type in a distance. So I'm going to go up this distance. I go ahead and type in, oh, what the heck? I'll type in 7 for 7 feet. I copy that one 7 feet in that direction. And then if I bring it down in this direction, I can go ahead and type in another value. I'll just type in this direction. I'll type in 16 and press enter. And that does that. So when you do that, you're able to take these items and copy them just as I did there. So just work on copying all 5 of them up and then down just to get the hang of that, to get the feel for it. Yeah, you got, okay, good, good. Tyler, nicely done. All right, looks good. I'm watching, looks good. And yes, you just want to grab all 5 of them and then go ahead and count. Yeah, it looks good, looks good. So, and again, these are basic concepts. I just want to make sure that you feel good about them. And then we will continue on from there. You doing okay there, Arnold? Okay, they're working okay. All right. Looks like you guys are getting there. All right. Okay, now that we've got that, any questions about this at all? I think you guys are there. Not okay. We're going to close out of there. So we'll go to File, and we'll go to Close. And did you want to save change? We'll say no. So we got the copy price. By the way, all of these I've put out here so you guys can go ahead and just open this up at any time and just do this kind of exercise. All right. So this is like a little, tutorial type thing, little practice you guys can get out and not damage anything and just work with something that's really easy. It's an easy hit. So that's the goal right here. So we're doing in class right now, but you might want to kind of just, I forgot how to do this or that or whatever, and you may want to just check it out. Repetition is key, as I've mentioned before. Okay, so we got that. So we looked at copy, we looked at align, we looked at rotate. And now what we'll do is we're going to go back to here, and I'm going to go to my Revit basics again. And let's see here. The next one, do I want to do mirror? Probably. Yeah, let's go to mirror. I forget what I did for this. So let's go ahead and open up the mirror one. We'll download that. And then when this pops up here, you just double click on it. It's going to open it up. And we'll go to mirror. Now mirror looks like this here. And the objective right now is to mirror that door along with the door tag so it actually flips over the wall that's vertically separating them. Let's see if you guys got that. Perfect. Okay. So now this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over here. We're going to select. Okay. Now, in this case, you want to select the door and the door tag. Now, the door tag is this here. Notice it can be selected independently. You've got the door and you got the door tag. So click on the door tag, and then to select the door, you hold the control key down and click on that. So if you need to select more than one thing in Revit, we've seen that you can click and drag like this, or you can hold your control key down and grab items one at a time. So now with that selected, what we want to do now is we want to mirror it. So to mirror it, we've got this option right here. This is mirror pick axis. And if you look at the video here, it's going to show you how to mirror it. And so if you have this right here, you click on that, you grab the midpoint, and it gives you a mirrored door, which is what we're going to do now. So this is it right here. I'm going to use mirror pick axis. The axis is right here. I click on this, and boom, it goes ahead and mirrors that. Pretty straightforward. And that is all you have to do to get that done. Now, if you wanted to, then you could actually go a little bit more, you could go a little bit further than that. So let me see how I could do this. If I go here, and if I click on this and this again, and this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this one right up here. And for this, I'm going to grab, this is my, let's see here, don't want that one, don't want that one. Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Those are not good lines right there. So I'm going to use this one. This is pick an axis. So here I'm going to pick an axis if I can do that. Let me do that. I don't know. Doesn't not liking that. No. I guess I got to draw one. Okay. Yeah, that's not giving me a great example here. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put in some reference planes. Why not? Teachable moment. So you got 1 and you got 2 here. And I think you guys all did that. Let me take a look at your screens. Looks like you did. Looks good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is if we want to flip these, we want to use a reference plane. So to do this, we're going to go back up here to architecture. And when you go to architecture, reference plane is right over here. Reference planes are your friends. So you're going to go here to reference plane. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a reference plane. I want to find this right here. Let's see here. I want to find a mid. I'm not finding the midpoint. Not sure why that is. All right. What's that now? Yeah, I want this though right here. But you're right though. You know what? This is 6 feet. That's good enough. Just hover your cursor till you find 6 feet. This way. Go here and you'll see it says 6 feet. Just pull and go straight up like that. That'll be fine. And then we'll do another one right here. We'll do another reference plane over here. We'll do 6 feet here. Just find the 6 foot distance. It'll find it automatically. And then I'm going to do another one right here, 6 feet. I can do the same thing this way and 6 feet this way. And it's going to find it because 6 feet are the obvious ones. Now, this is just, again, it's a teachable situation where you can take these and you can actually then mirror them. So I just put in some reference planes. Okay, now reference planes are right up here, and I just went ahead and made them every half distance. Now, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to mirror that. So I'm going to go here to mirror, and I'm going to use this one right here. Click there, and there's that one. Okay, so that one worked fine. And then what I can do here is I'll grab this one and grab the door tag there, and I'm going to mirror over on this side. So here, I'll click there, there's that. And so depending upon the other one was drawn, it's going to give you, it's going to give you various results. But I have that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try, I wonder if I can do all four at once. Let me see if I can do this. Can I do all four at once? All right, let's see if I can do that. So we go here, grab all those. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my, I'll go here to pick the axis. Let's see if I can do this. Boom, there we go. All right, it actually liked it, but it grabbed the wall too, which I didn't want. So I'll back that up. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead and grab these. I want to make sure I got a wall accidentally. I didn't mean to. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm just doing this to show you how you can practice with it. So I'm going to use pick axis again. I'm going to go here. Okay, didn't like that. So let's try this. Let's do it just one at a time. We'll do this. And we'll try this again. And I'm going to try this one. Let's try this one. This will work. Yeah, it doesn't like that one. Try this again. Try that again. Yeah, okay. So, well, you know what? I was just kind of like trying to, well, we can do it here as long as we got this going on here. We can then, as long as we got this going right here, that one wasn't working. If it worked for you, great. If it didn't, you could always do it a couple other ways. In other words, in this case, it's not liking the mirror over to there, so it's not liking that for some reason. Let me try this one more time. Let me try mirror and pick axis again. We'll try this. Yeah, I can't place. Okay, so it didn't like that, so it's not going in that direction. Oh well, we'll let that go probably because they're not on the same wall, so it's not liking it. But you could actually copy them at this point. But we'll leave that alone. So I think you guys all got that. Let's see. You did, and that's great. The other didn't really work so well, but that's all right. Okay, so you've got how you'd actually use the mirror command. Let's close out of there. File, and then close. We're just going to do a couple more. We don't have to save any changes here. And then we're going to go over here to Revit Basics again. And yes, sir.
Am I able to mirror only like objects, or because I couldn't figure out how to mirror a reference plate?
Can you? You should. Yeah, you could. You wanted to mirror the reference plane. Yeah, the reference plane. Let's see if it's a line. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Let me just see if I can't do this. Okay, so if I have a reference plane here, reference planes are a little different. Let me see if I can do this. Let me go here and let me try this. Try drawing an axis, see if I can't do this. I'm pulling it down. Yeah, I did it. It did it. Yep. Yep.
It didn't let me mirror it over the middle of the wall.
It what?
It didn't let me mirror it over the middle of the wall.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to have you show it to me exactly what you're looking for right there. But like if I had a reference plane here, let me show you this. I'll do a reference plane and I'll go ahead and put it right here. on the wall center line. So go right here, right there. So there's a reference plane right down there, okay? And you wanted to reference. So, okay, so let me make sure I got this right then. So with this selected, what I want to do then is I want to go ahead and mirror it. And I can just pick an axis here, which I'll do. So I'll pick an axis here. And let me draw the axis. That's a little more flexible. When you go to draw an axis, it actually lets you just go ahead and pick where you want to go. Now, when I go here, it should let me do that. And I just missed it by a little bit, but I was able to do it. Is that making sense? Okay. So yes, you can do it. So yes, reference planes will behave, but in this particular case, I missed it because I didn't grab a good midpoint, but that's how you could do that. Okay, let's close out of there and we will, do you want to see changes? No, and we'll go over here one more time. Okay, so we've done a line, we've done copy, we've done mirror. We already know how to do move. We'll just go ahead and go to array. Now, this is something that's interesting. If you want to create a pattern of copies, that's what the array command is. So I'm going to go here. We're going to download array, and I'm going to open up the array command. We'll upgrade that. Okay, all right. Yeah, now what I want to do here is I want to create an array. Okay, I've got this right here, and I want to create an array of 4 of these columns in front of this building. That's what I want to do here. So watch this. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this object right there. So click right on there. And when you click on that object, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. This is the array command. Now, the array command is a little bit different because you can create either a circular array called a radial array or a linear array, which is where you put them in a line. So we want linear. So just go ahead and click on array. And then when you do that, you have your choice. This one right here is linear. This one is radial. So linear is right. We want to uncheck group and associate. And the number is, instead of being 2, we're going to turn it into 4. So we'll turn it into 4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tell it we want to go to the last place. Okay, so this is what you want it to look like. You got the array command, linear, group and associates unchecked. The number of items is 4, and you want to move to the last. So now it's going to ask you down here, click to enter move start point, which is going to be the middle of this right here, the midpoint. Then I go over here until it finds the center line, like you see right there. So it finds a center line, I click, and it goes ahead and puts them in just like that. So that is actually a pattern of copies. This is a linear array, so they're all in a line right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you got the 4 of those. So that is how the linear array goes. Does this make sense? You'll be using this stuff. This is not just academic. You will be using this. I'm showing to you because you're going to need to use it. So we're starting really simple, then we're going to move on from there. Okay, and so that is how those all work. And I'm also trying to teach you the terminology. Move, copy are pretty self-explanatory. So is rotate. A line might be new and array might be new, but that's what we have. So now that we have that, let me see how you guys are doing. Looking good. Looking good. Nicely done. Okay, so back.
Can you repeat how to get the 4 columns with the array command again?
Sure. Let me just go here. Sure. Okay. Okay, let me just back it up here. This is what you want to do. I'll back it up. All right. So the first thing you want to do is click on this column. Do you have that? Do you have that selected? Now up here, this is your array command. It looks like this. Looks like 4 squares in a square pattern. Do you see that?
Yes.
So click on that. Now over here, you're going to notice you have 2 choices. This is linear and this is radial. Linear is what we want. Just leave that there. The next thing over here, you got this group and associate checkbox. That should be unchecked. Okay. Mm-hmm. Over here, the number is 4. It says 2. We're going to change that to 4. And then the move to is going to be last. You with me there?
Yep.
Okay. Now, the next thing it tells us is click to enter the move start point. Oh, I used moved. Well, we're good. That's good. So go here. And if you hover your cursor right here, can you see that triangle right there, Colin?
Yeah.
So click here and just pull it straight to the right until you see this, till it gets the center line. You see that? Mm-hmm. Then click, and you should see 4 copies show up.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so that's how you do that. So that's your array command. So let's close out of there. Now, Now that we've done this, we're going to do some kind of application here. We're going to kind of use some of this. We're going to be kind of doing something different. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to Brightspace. And the activity for tonight is going to be out here. It's going to be on the Revit Basics. And on the Revit Basics, we've got this one here. You've got CAD floor plan, which is a Revit insert. And then you got the Revit Plan 1 template. Now I'll explain what we're going to do here. When you're working, and last week I mentioned this to you. I mentioned my son Stephen, who actually designed the 5-star banquet on the corner. And what happens is right now in the world right now of building, a lot of companies are still using AutoCAD quite heavily, or they're actually working with pre-existing floor plans or construction documents that are all in AutoCAD. They don't feel like doing it all over in Revit, so they actually want to start with the AutoCAD plan. This is happening all over the place, so we're going to look at how to do that. So the two things here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to download this. We're going to download the CAD floor plan. Okay, download that. That's an AutoCAD drawing file at DWG. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to download the Revit Floor 1 Plan template. That's an RTE file. That stands for Revit template. Let's download those two things right now. So you guys want to do that? Let's go out there and make that happen. Okay. And then the other one is Revit Floor Plan 1 template. You want to download that too. Now, don't double click on the Revit Plan 1 template. We've talked about why. Again, it's not the end of the world. It'll just take you through extra steps and a little bit of anxiety you don't need. So we have that. Okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going to start by going, once you have those downloaded, I'll wait for a second here. You guys get those downloaded. Anyone have questions about that? How to get that downloaded? All good? Should have been pretty quick. Okay. All right. So let's go back to Revit. And when you go to Revit, we're going to go here to where it says new. Click on new. And when you click on new, we're going to go over here to where it says browse. You're going to browse. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our desktop and then to downloads. And under downloads, you're going to see this Revit Floor Plan 1 template. Revit Floor Plan 1 template, and click open. And then click OK. And that's going to crunch for a couple seconds. And because it's got to update it. And then we have this, which looks pretty familiar. This is just a regular, plain old kind of a template. Now, here's where we are going to get kind of interesting here. What we're going to do right now is we are going to pull in an AutoCAD drawing and we're going to use it as a guide. It's actually pretty cool. If you have an AutoCAD drawing to start with, it makes life a lot easier. All right, in Revit. You okay there, Luz? Yeah. All good? All right, everyone good? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Watch this. Go up here to the Insert tab. You want to click on Insert. And when you click on Insert, we're going to go over here to Link CAD. Link CAD. Now, under our download, you should be seeing this now. Now, before we click on it, I want to explain a couple things. This is Floor Plan 1 Master. And down here, you see this says Current View Only. You want to put a check mark in Current View Only. It's just good CAD practice. It's good Revit practice and CAD practice. Yes, sir.
Can you show me how to link that again?
Yeah. And so what you do is go to the Insert tab up here. All right. And then over here, you should be seeing Link CAD. You see that? Yeah. Okay. And then this should pop up. Do you see this now? Okay. Now, here's what you're going to do. You want to use Current View Only right here. Current View Only. And then you want to leave the colors as preserved. Just leave that there for right now. And then just go ahead and click on Open and watch what happens. You click on Open and, oh, you got to select it first. select it and then click Open. And when you do it, this pops in. This is a CAD plan. Now, this is not a Revit plan. This is a CAD plan. This is just 2D CAD that we just pulled in, just like you would do from any kind of a project right there. Actually, this project, when I used to have the course, but it used to be half AutoCAD and half Revit, I would have my students actually design this, and then we got to the Revit part. We would bring this in, and then we'd actually run Revit on the top of it. Now, you guys good? All set, all set, all set.
Where's this CAD file? Okay.
What's that?
Where is the CAD file?
Okay, it's on Brightspace. Did you download it from
I know, I
Brightspace? Okay, it's on Brightspace, and so you download it from Brightspace. And it's, I think we called it CAD plan for insert. Let me make sure you're there.
I found.
You got it? So you want to download it. And then did you start the Revit yet? Is that Revit project? Okay, so then in Revit, what you want to do is you want to go over here and go to the in. Okay, you're all set. Okay, so are you guys? Let me take a look at your screens. I can see your screens, and it looks like you are okay. Getting there. You're getting there. Okay. All right.
I'm hitting download on Brightspace, and then when I go to new in here, it says folders empty. So,
Okay. Let me take a look. Okay. All right. All right, double click on downloads. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's do this right now. Okay, just click OK. That's what you want. And that's gonna crunch. Okay, go up to the insert tab. Insert tab is on your ribbon. Yeah, no, okay, the ribbon is the top of your screen, and insert, there's a letter A on the very top, right there. And then towards the left, you've got link CAD. You got it. And there, okay, now before you click on that, go down to the bottom left and put a check mark in current view only. Perfect. And then click there and then click open. Beauty. Okay, then just zoom into it. Okay, so now that we're here, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to build this. Now, this is where this gets good. Now, let's take a look at these dimensions. You've got these dimensions around the perimeter. This is a 35-foot distance. You know, it's basically 35 by 25 is the size of it, and it's got a little projection out the front for a porch. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to start by drawing the exterior walls. Now, to do the exterior walls, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go over here to the Architecture tab. Now, and this is what I mean by the ribbon. This is your ribbon up here. Every application in Windows has them. Again, we talked about how it's all a ripoff of the Mac. Well, it is. So you're going to click on Architecture right here. So click on Architecture, and then you're going to click on Wall. Now, when you click on Wall, you're going to notice the basic wall, interior wall, 5 inches shows up. Can you guys all see that right here? We want the exterior wall. Okay, now before we do that, let me show you something interesting here. You see where it says basic wall interior 5 inches? Click on the edit type here. I want to show you something interesting. We're going to get into this more in detail. So click on edit type, and then this shows up. And now to really do something kind of interesting, click on this edit button here. And when you click on the edit button, this shows up. You guys will see this right now. Go over here and click on this preview. Now click on that preview. Now let me explain what's going on right here. What you got going on right here are you have different layers right here. And for this one, I've actually got an error here. This is actually an error. We can fix it though. So over here, this is your, this part right here is your softwood lumber. This is actually your stud right here. This is your gypsum wallboard, 3/4 inches. And this one right here should be gypsum drywall too. So let's just change that right now. So we're going to go here and we're going to change this function right here and make it finish 1. And we're going to go over here and change this from rigid insulation just because we can. And we're going to make it, where is that? Gypsum wallboard right there. So we choose gypsum wallboard and click OK. All right. So it's gypsum wallboard, softwood lumber, and gypsum wallboard. Okay, and that's what we have right there. Anyone need me to show you that again? Okay, yeah.
Mine's not showing anything on the side, so I can't see the wall.
Okay, let's take a look there. And okay, let me all right. Okay, let me get out of this one. I didn't. You can change. Okay, right now I've got your screen right here. And what we're going to do is what you got going on right here is if you will go ahead and click on the view tab there right now, Joey. Click on the view tab. It's at the top of your ribbon. One of the items on the top of your ribbon is view. Click on view. Go to the far right to the user interface. And when you click on user interface, go ahead and click on properties. Your properties disappeared.
Oh,
Yep, right there. Okay, now what you want to do is click on edit type, which is up right there, perfect. And then click on where it says structure edit. Structure top line edit. Yep, and then you're going to notice the material for the thermal. Okay, layer number 2. Click on that layer number 2. Click right on it where it says thermal air layer and change that. Yeah, no, click on the thermal air layer that's to the left of that. Click right there. There's a little arrow to the right of it. Click on the arrow. Yes, and choose finish one. Okay, and then go over to the right and click on rigid insulation. Click right there. Just to the right of where you are right now. Click right there. Click, yes, click on that button. And then you're going to want to scroll up to you see drywall, gypsum wallboard is what they call it. So find gypsum wallboard. It's all alphabetical. So just scroll down. Okay, there it is. Yeah, you got it. Perfect. Then click OK. And then click OK again. And then click apply and click OK again. And what we just did there is we just went ahead and updated the wall. Now the wall over here now is it looks like that. So now it's like that on both sides. Okay, now everyone else okay? Okay, let's do this then. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Now this is what we're going to do. Now to do this, that is right now, that's the interior wall. Okay, now just go ahead and click OK, and let's get out of there and click apply and click OK again. So just get out of there. Now we'll use that for the interior, but what we want right now is the exterior. Now over here, you're going to click on this drop down, and I have another wall in here called exterior wall 5 inches. You see that? You guys see that? Okay, so click on exterior wall 5 inches. Click right there. And then this is what you're going to do. You're going to bring it up here, and you're going to start by just highlighting your cursor, bring it right here. Now, notice what I'm able to do here. Notice when you place your cursor right here. Can you guys see how it's finding the center line of both right there? Can you see that? Oh, yeah, yeah, please do. That'd be great. You can kill them off right now because it's pretty bright in here. Okay, so can you guys see this now right here? When you hover your cursor there, you see an X, and the X is right at the intersection of those two center lines. So what's happening is Revit saying, oh, I know AutoCAD drawings very well. And you want the wall to start right there because we're going with the center line, the wall center line. So we're going to click right there when you see two dashed blue lines show up. So click there, and then you're going to just do this. Okay, so click there, and you're going to pull it right over to the right like this. And I'm going to click again when you see it right here. So you're going to click there, and then you're going to go down all the way around like I'm doing right now. You're just going to go ahead using you're just going to kind of like steer it as I'm doing it right here. And you're just doing the exterior right now. And you're going to bring it right up here, and you're going to click when it's done and press your escape key twice. And when you're done, hit the little Monopoly house there, and it's going to look like this. You should see kind of a wood, kind of a wood type of pattern on the outside. I just use like what do you call that? T11 is that what that's called? Exterior plywood that you stain.
you want to close off the door too?
I'm sorry, what? No. Just run it right through, just like I did. Don't stop for the doors. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go all the way around because the doors make their own holes. So what you do is just go ahead and run through this. And when you're done with it, it's going to be kind of hard to, you won't really be able to see your walls. That's why you go to 3D. And when you go to 3D, it should look like that. So we're going to stop right there, make sure everyone's got that. So once you got that drawn, make sure you got your 3D walls. Oh, you do need to, kind of like push it out to where the porch is, because there's a porch there. So if you didn't get that, just undo it and try it again. Okay, all right, looks good. Yeah, look at it in 3D when you're done to see if you got it right. If you didn't, just try it again. Victor, what happened is I think you used the interior wall type. That's why it's all white. So just undo it and try it again. Change your wall type to exterior wall. Tyler, I think you did the same thing. We're using the exterior wall for this one, not the interior. Okay, Jack looks good.
Why my wall went like inside out?
Yeah, 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 okay. There's a way to fix that. What I would recommend, Arnold, is just undo it and start over again, and just this time go all the way around because you kind of confused it when you didn't do that. So just undo it and try that again. It'll be easier than trying to erase it and fix it. We'll get to that later, but just undo it for right now. All right, Victor looks good. Okay, you guys are doing great. All right. Blake looks good. Okay, Beckett looks good. Okay, Jack looks good. Sam looks good. Yeah, just take your time with it. And if you got that done, feel free to help one of your neighbors. And you don't make holes for the doors. You just run it right through because that confuses Revit. It likes to make its own. Yeah, Derek, I think you need to change. I'd undo that and make sure you're using the exterior wall. So try that again. Yeah, Bryson, looks like what we got there is I'd undo that because what you did is you kind of like stopped and tried to leave room for the door, and that's not how we do it. And when you restarted it, you kind of like the doors got flipped. So just undo that and try it over again. And your undo is Control Z. Control Z is the fastest way to undo things, and then do it over again. This is, we're all just trying to get this right. So just take your time with it. Colin, like, looks good. All right. Jackson looks good. All right, Nick looks, yeah, it's that extra little bit there is okay. You got a little extension there. We can fix it. Not a problem. Okay, Lewis, how we doing there? You getting moving forward there? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, Tyler, your walls are reversed. Okay, so let me just give you show you a little trick here. Tyler, click on one of your walls. Click on one of your walls, Tyler, and I'm gonna show you a little trick here. If you can hear me. Am I here? Okay, and then right click your mouse, Tyler, and go to there's change wall orientation, and that'll flip it the other way. Press your escape key to see it. Yeah, okay, now that just flipped it now. And so you'll have to do that for all the walls, or it would probably be faster just to redraw it, but that's your call, whatever you want to do. Okay. Yeah. Bryce, let me just kind of jump in there real quickly here. Okay, what we're gonna do here right now, just take over your screen for a second here. So take a look at this right now. Okay, yeah, this right here, that's going to be a problem. Okay, because what happens is Revit doesn't like it when that kind of thing happens there. So you don't want to do that. Instead, you just want these things to be connected. And so you just grab this, you run it all the way over to here, and that should make it okay. Let's take a look at 3D. Yeah, there you go. And that's it. That's it. Okay, good. And so that looks great. I think you guys will now, just so I know you guys are all done, if you guys could please take a look at it in the 3D view like this right here, so I know you got it done. That would be helpful for me because I want to make sure everyone gets there before we move on to the next thing. Okay. Looks like we're there. All right. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do here is now we're going to put in the interior wall. So we did the exterior. We go back to level 1, and we're going to do the interior. Now watch what I'm going to do here because I'll show you how to do it, make it really easy. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to go to wall. And when I start the wall command, I'm going to change the wall type. I don't want basic wall exterior. I want interior wall, which is right here. So interior wall, now watch this. I go ahead and I grab the center line and I stop right there. I press my escape key. All right, and that's done. Now watch how I do the rest of this. I go to wall and I can just do this. It's really quite simple when I have the CAD plan, as I'm doing right here. I stop right there. Go from here to there. And now, and again, when you're doing this, you do not stop for the door. You pull it right through. If you stop for the door, you just complicate things. So just draw it right through. The door will make its own opening. So don't you worry about it. You don't have to make the door opening. It will do it. This is not AutoCAD. It is Revit. So I'm going to take this and run it right to the end here. And make sure we're there. Yeah, just like that. Now, once I've got that and I've done these walls, I take a look at it in 3D and it should look like that. Look a little bit like a maze. So go ahead and put in your interior walls. And when you get done with them, take a look at it in 3D. Okay, looking good, Blake. Victor looks good. All right, Bryson looks good. Jack looks good. Joey looking good. All right. Lewis looks good. Okay, Derek looks good. Sam looks good. Nick looks good. Arnold, I think you've got it. Looks good. All right. Yeah, when you get done, if you guys could take a look at it in 3D so I can tell, that'd be great. Yeah.
How do you select this view that Jay Snyder 62 has?
Say it again.
How do you select this view that Jay Snyder 62 has? It says like 3D over the blueprint.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that.
Look at it 3D over the blueprint right here. So this is it, and this is it right here. Okay, so this is our 2D plan right here, and the 3D plan right there. We just chose not to see it in the 3D view, but that's essentially what's happening right now. So we're just simply tracing over something that's in place right there. Okay, looks like most of you are with me right now. If there's okay, I'm going to continue on right here just to show how the rest of this goes. And the thing is that I can go ahead and help troubleshoot as we go along here. So I'm going to go back to here. Now, what have we done? We have put our walls in. We put in exterior walls and well, yeah, we did exterior walls and we did interior walls. Now we're going to do the doors. Now watch this. This is kind of cool here. I'm going to zoom into here. Now remember what I said. You do not make the walls. Revit makes its own walls. Let me show you how this works. We're going to go over here to where it says door. Go to door, and you're going to notice it says single flush 30 by 80. That's 30 inches wide by 80. You see it says 3 feet here, so that's not going to work. We have to change it to 36 by 80. So change it to 36 by 80, and then watch this. I pull the cursor right here, bring it right here, and you get it basically on top of this. And if it doesn't go perfect, we can get it there later. But notice what happens when you put it there, it breaks the wall itself. It doesn't need you to do it. I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to drop this here, and I'm just going to go right along here, and I'm going to drop them. And if you need to flip see what I'm doing right here? That's pressing the space bar. Space bar lets you change the orientation. So as you're putting it in here, just tap the space bar. Do it again here. There we go. Just like that. And you notice that in this particular case, we're not tagging the doors just because we're not.
How do you flip the orientation of the door again?
Press your space bar.
Thank you.
Yep. And you can also change them after the fact too.
How to not tag them?
I'm sorry?
How to not tag them?
How can you tag them?
No, how can I not? It tags by itself.
Oh, if you don't want to tag them, you would go here, and this is what you do. You don't turn this on right here. Yeah, so that's what leaves them off. So if they're there, you can always erase them. But yeah, in this case, it's not right or wrong. It's not required for this project, but yeah, but you could just click on those and erase them if you don't want to see them. Okay. All right. So that is how you'd put in the doors. All right. And when you're done, take a look at it in 3D. Again, we're just evaluating to verify we've got it right. And so far, so good. Looking good, everyone. All right. And let's see here. Let me see if I can't do this. Let me see how this works. Let's see if I can pull that to the front. Yes, I can work. Okay. So now you're going to notice that I have over here, I've actually got these windows. Okay, now the windows are covered up. So I'm just going to hide this for a second here, just so you guys can see where I'm going. I'm just going to temporarily hide the category, the walls right there. Now look at this. Now when I hid those, you're going to notice that I've got 4-foot windows here, and a 5-foot window there, 5-foot, 5-foot, 4-foot, 4-foot, and 4-foot. So I got some 4-foot windows and 5-foot windows. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go here and reset that. Now they're back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get them roughly into position here. So I'm going to start by going over here and going to window. Now when I go to window, I've got the 60 by 36 inch slider window. 60 inches is 5 feet. So that'll go perfectly right here. This is a 5-foot window, and just kind of take it here. And you're going to kind of take it and just kind of do your best to get it in position right here. We'll position it later, but for right now, just get it in the rough position. 5 feet there, 5 feet there, and 5 feet there like that. So you have 3 5-foot windows like that. And when you take a look at them in 3D, you're going to see you got a 5-foot window, a 5-foot window, and a 5-foot window. And that is how you place those. And windows, anything that breaks a wall is known as fenestration, kind of a big word, but you've got that there. And then when you have these, is your 5-foot, 5-foot here, 5-foot here, 5-foot here, and then you have 4-foot windows over here. So then I'm going to go to window and change this from 60 by 36 slider window to 48 by 36 slider window. And then these would go right here. And again, I'm just going to approximate them. I will place them later. But for right now, this is just to get them in their basic position. And there are a lot of other tools we can use. But for right now, I just want to kind of get these all placed like we're doing right there. And when you're done, take a look at it in 3D, and you'll see it looks something like this.
Something's wrong with one of my doors.
Okay.
I don't know what I did wrong.
It looks like your wall, looks like you left a wall opening here, is what it looks like. And so, yeah. All right, so what you got going on here is I think what you stopped your wall right here rather than running it right through. And so when okay, so we just have to get rid of this. Okay, so yeah, so Also, one thing I'd mentioned last week that you can thin your lines, really, really helpful to remember that. So everything I'm teaching you right now, you're going to want to remember it. So make a note of it somewhere. You'll notice that I didn't put together I didn't make you pay for textbook for this class because I can teach you everything. But there's some things you probably should just jot down so you remember. And that's one of them right there. So that should be fixed there. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I think we're looking okay there. Yeah, that's good. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump out of there. Okay, all right, so now what have we done? We did exterior walls, we did interior walls. We added doors, we added windows. Now, what's next? Well, now we're going to put in a floor. And the floor is going to be like this. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go up here to floor. Here's your floor. So you're going to click on floor, and we're going to make the floor right here, change this to wood joist, wood finish. Okay, so now we're going to do with this one right here. I'm going to show you a little trick. We want to go ahead and we want them to be, yeah, uncheck this. Uncheck extend into wall. We don't need that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to right around the exterior right here. We're going to just touch these outside walls and you'll see a purple line. And we're just going to go right around the perimeter like I'm doing right now, just touching the walls. And don't worry about the windows. Just go ahead and go all the way around, hit your green check mark. And we'll take a look at it in 3D. And yes, it should look like that when you're done. When you're done, you should have that kind of a look. So what you're doing is you're picking the walls in this case, and the walls then will go ahead and will define the boundary of the floor.
How do I undo the height of the wall?
How do you do what?
How do I undo the height of walls?
Undo the height of the wall? Well, press your escape key and use Control Z. Control Z. Control Z will undo what you did. Did you just do it right now?
No,
Um,
I don't think that's happening.
okay. All right. Then stop for a second here. Let me, so you're just kind of experimenting. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we'll go over here and, which is cool. I encourage you to do that. Okay. But if, we go here, let me see what's going on. All right. And take a look at it in 3D. Well, it looks good. Your wall height looks good to me.
It doesn't let me select walls on my plan, like floor plan, so I can install the window.
No, yeah, none of us can. When I show, I see what you did. Okay, so you want to go back to here, and
I see.
I'm not sure what you did here though.
I select height as category or something like that.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what you did here. Okay, looks like okay, yeah, all right. So, yeah, on hide and view, the category right there. Yeah, I see exactly what you did. All right, that's what it is. And then if you go back here, you are in good shape. Okay, all set. All right. So yeah, and so then when we do this, we're going to be putting in the floor. You want to do the floors and everything else. Was a question there?
Yeah, mine still all the outline gray, and I tried saving it, went back, and then it went back to gray, so I can't do it.
Okay, let me take a look. This is okay. You said you did hit save. Okay, let me just take a look here. Okay, a couple things. First of all, it looks like you inadvertently. Okay, looks like I can't. Try this again. All right, so let me try this. Go to view. Yeah, your properties got turned off. Okay. All right, try this again. All right, there we go. Okay, there you go. All right, and then okay, should be good. All right. We're going to change that floor to be wood finish, just so it looks like that. There we go. All right. I think you're all set. Think you're all set. Okay. Okay, looks good, everyone. Looks like you're getting there. And we are yeah, doing well. Okay, so now we're gonna put on the roof. Last thing we're gonna do, I think it's the last thing. We'll go to here, put in a roof. And so now we're gonna go to level 2 right now. Now, when you go to level 2, now what you want to do is you want to save this project. So let's go up here to save the project. Go up here and you go to File and Save As Project. File, Save As Project. All right. Now the name of this one is going to be I think it's just called Revit Floor Plan 1. Let me make sure that's the case with your last name. Yeah, Revit Floor Plan 1 with your last name. So we're going to name it just like that to our desktop. And you wanna name it just like this with all caps, Revit Floor Plan 1, and then your last name, just like that, all in caps. All right, let me go ahead and put this out there. And that's going to go ahead and it's going to save it out there. And then once you saved it, you want to go to level 2. And level 2 is going to look like this because it's there's nothing on it yet. So it's kind of like faint. So once you've saved it, go to level 2. All right. So
Not letting you save it as a project.
right. Save it as a template. All right. Let me know when you saved it.
All right, I got it saved.
Okay. See where I went here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now this is what you want to do. Go up. You saved it as a template. Okay. Now close it. Go to File and then Close.
What'd you say to name the template again? What'd you say to name the project again?
Revit Floor Plan 1, all in capitals, space dash space, your last name. Okay, now you want to go to Save As there, Jack. Okay. All right, you just double clicked on it, didn't you? Okay, so you want to close out of it because yeah, we went through this before. Just go ahead and go to File and Close. Try this again. Now click on New. Click on New. You always got to start it and you got to use that as a template. Now go to Browse. Click on Browse over on the Browse button. Yep. And then what you want to do is you want to go find that. So I assume it's on your desktop. So go to your desktop. And now you're going to find the wherever you saved it. Did you save it?
No, I saved it to my USB.
Oh, okay. Go to USB then. Yep. All right. And then you want to go to your, yeah, whatever you named it. Yep. And then just go ahead and hit OK. All right. And now go to File and Save As. And now save it as your project. And the name of it is going to be Revit Floor Plan 1, all in capitals, space, hyphen, space, your last name.
Thank you.
Yep, you got it. All right. All right. Okay, I think everyone's pretty much there. Okay, now the last bit here. All right, now, so we're on this second floor. Now watch this. I'm going to show you how to make a roof. And there's a couple different things you want to pay attention to where it gets a little bit complicated. So you're going to go here to roof and you're going to choose roof by footprint. And we want to do a couple things here. First of all, we want to give it an overhang of 1 foot. So type in 1 foot for an overhang because it looks kind of goofy if it doesn't have any overhang. So you're going to give it 1 foot. Plus, it's always proper architectural process because what you have then happening is if you have an overhang, you actually have water basically coming down off the building. You're going to have a water conductor system known as a gutter system. You're going to have that, but if you don't, you want the water to actually come off your roof and not be right around your foundation, because that's really bad. Water is the number one problem that we have with buildings. So we're going to change this from basic roof, going to make it wood rafter, 8 inches. Okay, so we got that. So you're going to leave defined slope checked. The overhang is 1 foot, and you want to choose the basic roof. All right, now, this is what we're going to do here. We want this right here to have a slope, so we're going to click there. And we want this to have a slope, and this, and this, and this. Then we stop. Nothing else needs a slope. So once you've done those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls, we uncheck define slope, which is up here. So uncheck define slope is right up here. We uncheck this. So we uncheck that. And when you uncheck that, then we go ahead and do the rest. We go ahead and go here and here and here. Now, once you've got those, it should look like this. And you can always change it after the fact, but this is just so if you get it right the first time, it's kind of cool. So hit the green check mark when you're ready and take a look at it in 3D, and it should look like this. And that's, when you've got a little projection out of the front like that, that's how you handle it in Revit, and works out nicely there. Now, so go ahead and look at that in 3D. And when you look at it in 3D, Houston, we have a problem. What's the problem? What's that?
We got gaps.
We got gaps. We got gaps. But when we get together, we don't have any gaps. Adrian. And the thing is, the Rocky reference, anybody know that? Yeah, Joey, what's up? Yeah, Joey, question?
No, I figured out.
Got it? Okay. Now, to extend the walls, let me show you a really quick way to do this. You should all have a roof of some kind. And let me show you this. And if you have to redo your roof, you can, but let me show you how to get the walls to attach. Now, you can attach the walls one at a time, but it's a whole lot faster to do them all at once. So watch this. Hover your cursor right here over a wall, and it'll highlight in blue, and then press your tab key, and it selects all your walls. Once it selects all your walls, you click, and then you get this really useful thing up here, attach top base. Click on that, and then you click on the roof. You hover your cursor over one of the walls and press your tab key. They'll all highlight in blue, then click on the top of the wall. Okay, so this is what you do. You hover your cursor here, press your tab key, and click on it. They all turn blue. Now, once you've done that, you click up here, attach top base. And also, when you're working with Revit, always look to the right side of your ribbon. That's where the tools that are related to what you're doing right now will always show up to the right. So click on attach top, and then click on the roof, and that extends it just like that. And you should be in good shape there. What's that? You can also do them one at a time. If, like, let's say one of them doesn't work, you could also go and click on the walls one at a time and then just go to attach base. You can do that as well. Yeah, save your work once you get that there. Looking good, everyone. Looking good. All right. So what we did there is that's kind of a simple gabled roof right there. And when you're done here, what you just did is you've created this out of a CAD plan. So if you do have an AutoCAD plan, we just saw how the workflow would actually be executed to get these actually in place just like that. So go ahead and once you've got that, that's all we're doing on this one right here. Now, I will say this, that later on, I may have you guys go through, well, let's do one thing here. Let's do one last thing before we're done. Go to level 1. We're just going to put in some outside exterior dimensions just to check it. So what you want to do is go out here to level 1, and to put in the dimensions, remember this is the tool right up here. Looks like this. So go up here and click on align dimension, and then what we're going to do is we're going to change this from wall center line So changes from wall center lines to wall faces. And then we just want to check this by putting a dimension from the outside face here to the outside face there and pull it up like that. That's 35 feet. All right. All right. And we'll just drop that there. And I'll do the same thing here. One from here to here, that's 25 feet, just like that, just to get the overalls and make sure that they are correct. You should see 35 feet and 25 feet. And again, when you're doing this, you change this portion. What happened is, all right, all right, all right, all right. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right, good, good, good. And we are looking good. And let's see here. Where did that go? All right. All right. Okay. Not sure where that went. Oh, well, can't worry about it now. Okay, so we're doing good. All right. All right. Okay. So you want to just put in a couple of dimensions right there just to check it and verify that it's right. Okay. Now, with that all together here, what we're going to do is we're going to hide the CAD plan. So here on level 1, if you just click on this text down here, it says floor plan 1. You just click on that. And then to hide it, you can just go down here and click on, actually, just type in VH. Just type VH, that'll hide it. VH will hide your CAD plan. And when you type in VH, it should hide it. And then it should look like this, nice and clean. Okay, now when you got that, just check it out in 3D. Should look like this. And then when you got that, save it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to submit it. I'm sorry, what? VH, visibility hide. That's a quick way to do it. There's a lot of other ways to do it. But so just click on the CAD plan and type VH, and that'll hide it. Once you're done, and you got that on, that's as far as we're taking it tonight. So you want to save that. That's what you're submitting to Brightspace. So this is the project right now. This is where you submit it. It's on Revit Basics right here. And this is where the assignment is. Revit Floor Plan 1. You're going to save it, and you're going to submit it to Brightspace right there. And when you're done with that, you are free to leave. And if anyone has any questions, I can help you kind of like do the troubleshooting and get that together. Looks like most of you are pretty darn close. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Pressure escape. Okay. Who's that? That's Nick. Or who's that? Tyler? Let me take a look. All right, let's try it again. All right. All right, Tyler, press your escape key a couple times. Click right on where it says floor plan 1. Click right on that so it's selected down at the bottom of the screen. Click on the text. Yeah, it's not selected. So you want to try that again, Tyler. Click on the text that says floor plan 1. Unless, I don't think I took yours over, did I? Maybe I did. All right, I'm just gonna take over your machine here. Okay, you see that, Tyler? It's selected. Tyler? All right, and then you type in VH, and I'm not sure what was different, but that's all you do. So I'll just go ahead and do that. And I'm going to stop right there. So yeah, when you get done there, if you have if anyone has any issues, I can help you kind of clean it up. But other than that, you're just going to submit that. And Thursday, we are going to continue on this onward trek, and we are going to continue onward. So
Thank you. Appreciate it. I have questions.
yeah.
VH didn't work.
Okay, let me take a look here. And that is who's that? Okay. Okay. Let me jump in there. Okay. All right. See if I can't. Here's gonna take over remote control. Okay, so we click on this right now. Then you type in VH. Yeah, working for me. Not sure.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
What kind of roof I'm supposed to select? Because when I select roof by footprint, it doesn't let me before I close the circuit.
okay, okay. What you want to do there, Arnold? What you want to do is go to level 2. Okay, go to your 3D view. Okay, go back to level 2. Okay, go to your roof by footprint. Okay, first of all, you want to give it an overhang. Okay, it says overhang is 0 feet, 0 inches up on the top of your of your options. Okay, yep, and just type in 1 and press enter. Good, and then you want to change the roof from basic roof generic 12 inches. And you want to change that, hit that drop down and make it wood rafter 8-inch asphalt shingle. There we go. Now what you want to do is you want to touch, not that one, the top wall, click there, then go to the bottom, yeah, click there, and then click there.
Here?
Yes. And then the, not there, the opposite side there, and then, nope, not there, right there, stop. Now uncheck define slope on your options. Uncheck define slope, top left, yes. Now do the left side, click on the left side, and then click on the right side. Okay, and the front, the very front of the structure, click there, good. Hit the green check mark. All right, take a look at it in 3D, I think you got a winner. Okay, now, press your escape key, hover your cursor over the left wall, just hover it, now, don't click on it.
I remember that.
Press, no, you didn't, no, that's not what we want. So you hover your cursor, press your tab key, and then click, press your tab key and click. You have to click when they're highlighted. Press your tab key, then click. Good. Now, what you want to do is up on the top of your ribbon, it's on the far right of your ribbon, it says attach, top, or base. Click on attach, top, or base at the top of your screen, right? Do you see where it says attach, top, base? Yeah, click there. And then click on your roof. There you go. Press your escape key. You got a winner.
Thank you.
Yep, looks good. Yeah.
Where do I save this?
You're submitting it on Brightspace.
Yeah.
And so when you submit it to Brightspace, you're going right out to here to the Revit Basics. And right here where it says Revit Floor Plan 1, this is the assignment right there. Yep.
Thank you.
All right. All
I
right.
have to save it as a template, right?
No, you don't save it as a template. You save it as a project. Did you, is it not giving you the option? Okay.
I haven't done the step about
Yeah.
hiding the CAD plan.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just take over for a second here.
Oh, I have a robotics competition on the 28th if you wanted to come to that.
Oh, okay.
Figured I'd extend an invite just in case.
Thank you. I'm actually going to be in Michigan, but thank you. All right. Have a good night. Yeah. Thanks for asking. I wish I could. It'd be cool to see it. Where's it going to be?
It's gonna be at Nazareth College.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Hopefully it's gonna be a fun day. Hopefully we'll actually win this year rather than be finals.
Well, I hope you do.
Thank you.
Yep.
See you on Thursday.
Yeah. Take it easy now. Something's going on here. Weird. Dimensions are just not acting right. Okay. 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 Okay, if you just double click on your template, that's what happens. Okay, so we're going to save this right now. And yes, It's just what it is. Okay, so we'll save it to the desktop. All right, and then we'll close out of this. All right, and then you have to go new. And you have to use that as a template. That's just how it is. And
Have a good night.
all right, have a good night, Joey. Okay, very good. And that is what you're going to go ahead and you're going to that is what you're going to go ahead and that is what you're going to submit to Brightspace. So let me let that go. And you want to save it and get out of it, and you are good to go.
Okay.
Yep. Hey, we're okay?
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for helping the older gentleman. I appreciate that. Yeah, obviously he loves to be here and he's working hard.
But he's not using computer,
I know, he doesn't know how. So,
but he's a listener.
what's that?
But he's like, I think there is a way to come to college just to listen and not to participate in like.
He's auditing, so he's just kind of, yeah, and the thing is, we had a little conversation last week, but I explained to him this class is entirely computer based, and he seemed kind of disappointed. I said, "Do you have any background?" I said, "Please." I said, I said, "I can't teach you Windows in this class. I have to sit here for probably the next 2 weeks to teach you Windows." So they'd really try to teach you algebra before you audit. So unfortunately, it leaves him in a tough spot, but he wants to audit, which he's more than free to do.
We got a class, it's called computer application. And they pretty much teach like how to.
Yes, I told him that. So that's up to him. He can get that all day, every day. And so I told him that he needs to, I said, yeah, we can teach you Windows here. I said, "Well, I can't do it in the class. Okay. These people, Because I teach professionally, that's what I do on temporary contract training. What will happen is, every few classes, I'll have like 12 students in drawing, there should be 12 students, and it says right in the thing, it says right in the course description that you need to have basic computer skills, or you really should. A lot of people come to never touch computer. And they're like, well, I don't really know, and it's like, what part of you have to have basic
Why
computer
does it
skills?
not say no? Because it's messy, but-
Because the company I work for will take money from it. And if somebody doesn't know how to do that, they don't care too much. And so it's all over. And so the thing is, so I'll tell students, and I've had some students that, are self-aware, and they'll say, I don't wanna be a problem, rather you tell some people to do this, because I wanted to have to teach them everything. And I have to teach them, there's two buttons on your mouse, one's the left, that's for clicking, right clicking, it's different, because then you say,
But like probably you're supposed to go over it.
yes, and I know, and so to teach somebody like AutoCAD or 3D AutoCAD, where they don't need Windows, it's like, what are you doing here? And the thing is, so, and this is the same thing, so it's like I have empathy, well, or sympathy or whatever. In any case, I understand where he wants, and I appreciate the fact he wants to learn, but I also, I got a class full of people where I can't teach him what he needs to learn. This is all time. He really wants to, say if he wants to sit here, I think he just likes to be part of it. So it's all good. All right. God bless you. We'll see you. Yep.